Hi! We've been using a lot of soft and pretty stamp sets and colors for our spring cards. Well, now it's time to break out with a bold and beautiful card with the Bloom by Bloom stamp set. Like the bold flowers of the Bloom by Bloom stamp set, so are the colors I'll be using. I'm Shelly Godby, the owner and CEO of Stampin Smiles, and for 18 years I've been teaching others how to create their own hand stamped smiles, and my bright color combination is one of my favorites for my bold and beautiful Bloom by Bloom card. Here's a closer view of the Bloom by Bloom stamp set with its bold and beautiful flowers. And even though I'm not using them today, I wanted you to see that there are coordinating punches. These four all come together in the Bitty Blooms punch pack. And when you order the two of these together using the special bundle item number I've listed right here, you'll save 10% on both. But for how long? We don't know, because on April 15th, 2019 at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, the retiring lists are being released for both the 2018-19 Stampin' Up! Annual Catalog and the 2019 Occasions Catalog. And if these are on there and tradition holds, all retiring accessories will become available only while supplies last. So these could run out anytime, and they've been so popular they've been back ordered most of the time. So let me put these aside and we'll get started with our bold and beautiful Bitty Bloom card. And what I have here to do that is some Whisper White cardstock. And whenever you're using white or a cream cardstock to stamp on, I highly recommend Stampin' Up's Whisper White and Very Vanilla cardstock. It has a tight finish that you get crisp, clean images when you stamp. And so we're going to start with the Call Me Clover Classic Stampin' Pad. I'm going to lift this up, slide that in, and a quick swipe in case I picked up ink. And we're ready to stamp. Now, this is a photopolymer stamp set. The material being photopolymer, it's clear. We can see through it and see right where we're stamping. One of my sweet stampers emailed me the other day asking, and she wasn't getting always an even image. And if you're not, let me recommend, this is the Stampin Pierce Mat. Okay, so we can turn it this way. And this will help give you that nice even coverage if you're finding that. Now, when using the Stampin' Up! Classic Stampin' Pads, the ink deliverability is so awesome. I don't need to use this, but I wanted to show you just in case. All right, so we're going to come over here and stamp. See, it allows you to do that even pressure. Isn't that bold? Very, very nice. Okay, and so I want you to see that, and that's available. That's only $5. All right, so I'm going to stamp the flower, this big, oh my goodness, so pretty, this big one, and I want to use this one too, and I want to put them on together. And so when I did them both full strength, it wasn't quite what I was hoping for. I needed to stand out a little bit more, and that's how I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. Let me show you how to close this. A little push here, pull on that lip, and click, and a swipe on my stamping sleeves. That's so because we pick up ink from the ink pads, from the acrylic blocks, because if we get ink on them, they're not porous. And if they end up on our card, they ruin them, we have to start over. We don't want that. So for the flower, I'm going to use Night and Navy, and the colors I'm using, one of my favorite color combinations, these two together. This takes me back to what, the early 80s. Remember all the bright green and blue and how popular that was? Always have loved this. All right, so let's open that up. Oh, there, so easy. So for this large flower that I want on here, I want it to be a little bit lighter than the other flower, so the smaller flower really stands out. So to do that, we're going to do a technique called stamping off. And what we're literally doing, so let's ink this up. I've got a piece of scrap paper here. I'm stamping off some of the ink. So now we'll come over here. We can see where we're stamping because it's clear. And there we go. We have a lighter version of this color. So now I have a scrap piece for the smaller flower, and I'll probably go off the edge. So here we go. Oh, no, I won't. All right, and stamp this full strength. And see that, isn't that nice, that even coverage? Very, very good. All right, so we are done with our Night of Navy pad, a little push, click. Look, I've got ink right there. That could have easily ended up on my cards if not for my stamping sleeves. They're just convenient for me. I mean, you could grab up something else. They're just convenient at my wrist. And I'll have a link under the video so you can pick up some too. All right, so now I'm just going to take my paper snips. Love these scissors. They're easy to hang on to. They're small. You cut all the way to the tip with that nice sharp edge and trim this out. I'm leaving that little white border around it. There we go. Just the nicest pair of scissors. My husband says, "Where'd you get those scissors?" I said, "Stampin' Up." He says, "Well, those are really nice. Those are $40 scissors." I said, "No, they're 10. Really pleased with them. I've had these for more than a decade. All right, let's get that out of our way. I like leaving that. Most of the time, I like that little white border around it. Rarely do I cut up to the image. And what I've learned from cutting, you just make as long of a cut at a time instead of short choppy cuts, because if you do short choppy cuts, then you have jagged edges. Okay, so see how well that stands out because we stamped off? So not only will it stand out because it's brighter, we're also going to help it with the Stampin Dimensionals. Should have brought the packaging with me. Here we go. The Stampin Dimensionals are these foam adhesive dots. Love these things. All right, so we'll peel that off, and one in the center will do. And you just press down with your thumbnail. Doesn't take long fingernails. Mine are short right now. And when I first put it on, I put it straight. Then I looked in the Stampin' Up! Catalog and theirs was cockeyed a little bit. And oh, I like that so much better. Doesn't that look sharp? Okay, and so to finish it off, I have the pineapple punch. There we go. Pick that up, slide that in. And the pineapple punch and Call Me Clover are part of the 2018-2020 in colors. So we're going to have those for another year. But what's retiring are the 2017-2019 in colors. So those will soon be gone. We'll come up over here. This is just such a clean and simple card, and I'm loving it. Oh, that looks good. All right, so we're done. Little push. There we go. Flip. Listen for that click so you know it's closed. All right, so I am done stamping, so I can put aside my paper Stampin Pierce Mat. There we go. And we're going to layer this on some Night of Navy. So just in case this is a little dark for you to see. There we go. I've got my SNAIL Adhesive. So you put your finger where those ridges are. SNAIL, it stands for, if you've watched, you know, super neat, affordable, inline adhesive. About 1 inch in each corner is fantastic. That's all we'll need. There we go. Oh, that makes it stand out, doesn't it? All right, we're going to do something else to help it stand out. I have the coordinating. We have a suite of products. The Happiness Blooms Enamel Dots. Oh, so cute. These are the colors in the coordinating Happiness Blooms Designer Series paper. So I have my paper piercing, well, I'm sorry, my Take Your Pick tool, and I have the little spatula for this. So I'm going to pick up. Helps me get up and underneath, unless I'm on camera. There we go. One of each of the 3 sizes, and we'll pepper these around. All right, there we go. Okay, fantastic. Come up over here, and one more. There. Oh my goodness, aren't these pretty? All right, so now for the base of our card, I'm going to use more Whisper White, but this time I'm going to use Whisper White Thick. Same smooth finish for beautiful stamped images, but it's heavier. Love this stuff for a base of a card. Look how sturdy that is. It can handle the weight of more layers and stand up beautifully, because when someone gets your card, you know they're going to put it on display. All right, so what I have here is one of the patterns from the coordinating Happiness Blooms Designer Series paper. I just love all this blue and green. So again, oh, isn't that side fantastic too? And see, you've got the two-tone stamped off, right? All right, so some more SNAIL adhesive. That's one way to get more out of your stamp pads, by stamping off. And I've stamped off more than once. So I've stamped and then stamped a second time to get it even lighter. And so you get all these colors out of one ink pad. And we'll put this on with more Stampin Dimensionals. And just to throw in a little bit of more green, I use the Coordinating Isn't That Sharp, the Call Me Clover 1/8 inch grosgrain ribbon. So we've got that green and blue from the early 80s, and I'm still crazy about it today. So there we have, very quick and easy to make, bold and beautiful Bloom by Bloom card. And I'll have a link to my blog post with all of the measurements so you can make this too. If you'd like to make my bold and beautiful Bloom by Bloom card, all the supplies are listed below the video and available to order now in my online store, www.shopwithshelly.com. But remember, the retiring lists are being released in just 2 short days. On Monday, April 15, 2019, all retiring accessories will immediately become available only while supplies last. So don't chance it. Get on over now to my online store, www.shopwithshelly.com. I'm Shelly Godby, teaching you how to create hand stamped smiles. Thanks for watching.